Welcome to Talkin Podcast. It's your boy MG. This is our first show, and this is a place where you can connect with other people. We're gonna talk everything from politics to cultural events to historical events to sports. But first, before we get into this, bro, I gotta smoke my drink. I gotta smoke my bourbon. I'm drinking bourbon from Iowa Distilling Company, located in right here in Iowa. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah, baby. Cheers.
Cheers.
Throughout the show, we're gonna be discussing all kind of things. I want you to just remember one thing: baby. It's just a sip. Ladies and gentlemen, I am lucky enough to have with me today someone truly special to me, my little brother, aka the newest author of the family, just released a book this week called CC Superpowers. You can find it on Amazon. I got mine yesterday. Great read. So props to you for doing the damn thing, man. That is truly awesome.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, and I thank you. I'm so thankful to be on your show and to see what you got going on or whatever. But this is something that you've been doing since we were small, always been pushing forward and pushing the envelope forward and stuff like that. So I'm truly thankful and truly grateful to be on. And yeah, let's get it started and let's do some sipping.
Let's do some. We're gonna be talking shit and sipping at the same time. Hey man, I know you was on my very first podcast. You was actually the first guest on my very first podcast, and a lot of people actually don't know your story. So before we get into talking about the book, let's get into. I know the story obviously because I was there, but let's get a little bit into your background, your upbringing. So let's start off with the foundation of Z the author was what we know now as Z the author.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, Zeta Order, the foundation of that started in New Orleans, Louisiana, in a neighborhood called the Melpomene Projects. Neighborhood that was very rough. Nothing for me to sugarcoat or anything like that. We saw a lot. We witnessed a lot, from drugs to murder to prostitution to everything that you could think of. But I think the thing, the most that kept us glued was a family. We had that culture, we had that understanding, and we had a community that didn't allow us to stray far to or too far to the right, whichever your preference may be. So that's basically the of Zerrick. We were heavy into sports. I was heavy into sports. My brother, that has this podcast, he was heavy into sports. So that's the thing that kind of kept us, out of the way and everything like that. Did we have times where we got into some type of mischief? Absolutely, absolutely. But that's just the makeup of us, and that was the makeup of me or whatever. So that's how that came about, and then school and sports, which garnered opportunities to play sports and have a additional education by going to college and things of that nature, and then eventually going into the military. So here we are, 18 and a half years later. And I say 18 and a half years because at July to be 19 and I can apply for retirement. So I thank God for that. And then while my time in this military, I was able to meet my wife and stuff like that. And then we'll get into all that once. I don't want to take up everything, and I'll let my brother, the questions after that.
Yeah, so those who didn't catch it, Zerrick is also in the Air Force, which encouraged me to get in the Air Force. He's in year 18. I'm a couple years behind them, so 2 years away from retirement. But before the Air Force thing, you you played college football at two schools. The first school you went to was Delta State,
Delta State.
Cleveland, Mississippi, and
Yes,
then
sir.
you went to the
Yep.
school that you're wearing right now at Grambling. And what's up? I always tell these people this story. One of the funniest stories ever. My last ever high school football game was actually against you, and he was lucky. He was lucky enough to get a sack on me in that game. But it was a problem moment just to share that feel for my last ever high school football game. He was 2 years behind me. Went to a different high school. So I always tell people that story. I actually have my highlight tape, and that's one of the highlights on there is me sitting away from you on the sack and run the touchdown. So I always point that out to people. So yes. So what has your journey been like in the military?
Man, my journey has been. I mean, it sounds cliche when you hear people talk about it, but my journey has been like peaks and valleys, man. Peaks and valleys because I did join as well as you. I joined late, right? But I was still super
Mm-hmm.
raw. When I say
Yeah.
raw in regards to understanding, type of discipline and listening to people and stuff like that based on my upbringing and what I was coming from. Although we went to college and things of that nature, I was still
Right.
rough around the edges, so to speak. So that brought about, a lot of like I said, ups and downs, peaks and valleys, highs and lows. And I feel like it was points in my military career, early in my military career, where I wanted to get out. I was done with. I was fed up with. I was like, hell no, this ain't me. This isn't me or whatever. But I'm talking to people. Talking to you, talking to myself like that, allowed me to continue this thing out or whatever. Because one thing we aren't, based on where we grew up at, for the most part, we aren't quitters. We don't give up on anything.
Right.
We're gonna see it through. Don't matter what the circumstances may be, we're gonna see it through. So, to answer your question, I went about it the long way. Is just that it was a lot of peaks and valleys, but I'm so glad that it allowed me to go through those times or whatever, because here we are today. And had it not been that, I wouldn't be, having this conversation, with you today.
All right. So we talk about those peaks and valleys in the neighborhood we was raised in, and how it shaped us. Was there one particular event that really, really put you on the path to where you are today?
Yeah, I would say it's like more than one, but one particularly stands out for me. And of course, you probably know this before it even comes out my mouth. Um, when we lost our brother, that was tough. We lost him to gun violence. We've lost a few people that we knew to gun violence, but that one obviously hit particularly hard, because this is who raised us, this is who mentored us, this is who told us you need to get your behind inside because stuff about to get a little crazy out here, um, in the projects and stuff. So that one hit particularly hard. So I think that situation with us losing our brother kind of put me on a path to being like, man, I need to get myself together, like all the way, and
Right.
even through that process, just being totally honest and transparent, I still had hiccups or whatever, like anybody or whatever. So, but that particular situation was tough for me and stuff, and of course it's something I still think about time and time again, but it's gotten easier in the way I navigate my anger or my hurt or whatever. It's gotten a lot easier.
Yeah, what's weird about it, it happened like when we were later in life. So 2006, we were
Yeah.
grown, had been through college. Uh, 2 years out of college for you, it's it still hurt as much as if we were younger, right? Because we always had guidance from him. Just do the right thing. Don't be fucking around. You know, make sure your I's are dotted and T's are crossed because life will come at you fast. Like simple messages like that, or him just
Mm.
watching us play ball. Um, it was very very interesting just having him around, right? So you
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you learn a lot from that. You do the military thing, and you things are going good, and then you hit another stumbling block, which is encourage you to write, inspire you to write your first book. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about CC's Superpowers.
Yes. So wow. Yeah. So the book that's on you guys' screen, CC Superpowers, was basically written because of what my family was and it still is right now currently going through. Right. So back in 2018, I met this woman, this beautiful woman, Crystal Haymond, which is now Crystal Howard at the time, but now it's Crystal Haymond because she's my wife now. I give you a fast forward. I take you back just a little bit before I get to that point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
End up getting married. Had my brothers down there.
Road trip to
Marcus and
Memphis.
Brian and Rome and every. No, oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! The best. I mean, one of the best nights ever,
Oh
man.
man.
Just to have my
Oh
brothers
man.
there. Like, I mean, we acted a damn fool, but it was, I mean, it was well worth it. But to have my brothers there, man, like, I just talked to you guys about, my older brother, our older brother, him not being there, but just having them there, I mean, it just made it a lot better or whatever because he was still
Mm-hmm.
there and he was partying with us. You better believe that. And like I said, I got an opportunity, to be blessed to marry this woman and stuff like that. And then a couple years later, we got the call, that she had cancer for the first time, right? So she had cancer, and they did, she had the double mastectomy, had breast cancer, she had the double mastectomy and reconstruction surgery and things of that nature, whatever. So thought everything was good to go. End up getting we had to be getting pregnant and things of that nature. So had our first daughter, our baby girl, she was only 6 months old at the time. Then got the news again that the cancer had reoccurred, right? So this time was a little bit more aggressive because it was stage 4 and it was metastatic, meaning it had spread, right? So obviously that's hard. We're young by standards, whatever, in our 40s, but that's still young standards. And we got a brand new baby girl, things of that nature. So it's like, man, what is going on? So we doing all this and research. Now this time we're doing chemo right now, which we currently are, right? So about 2 years ago, I was like, man, I got so much going on with me inside with me with the military, with my wife, with outside family moms, and I lost my other mom, um, just last year, right? Just last year, and that just that was tough. That hurt, that um, kind of I can't explain it or whatever, so I won't even try to get into explaining that. But so all those things kind of like prompted me, like, man, I need to put things something down on paper. So that's what the drive and the motivation behind this was because of my wife. I wanted to share this girl through the eyes of my little girl. Um, because it wasn't for this book that I wrote. It wasn't for a profit or anything like that because it's not like something that I need financially or anything like that. But I wanted people to understand that we all do go through things. We're gonna go through things. It might not be cancer, but we go through things that's gonna be challenging and things of that nature, whatever. But the key is having a community. It goes back to what I spoke about earlier in the beginning about my community from the project. You have to have a community that's going to stick with you, and those are what CC superpowers mean, right? And I'm just so proud of this book, and I'm proud of this little girl. But I'm more proud of my wife because her why is me, but more of her why is that little girl that's on the cover of this book, right? Um, and if I can't do the things that I need to do for her, then this book is all for none at the end of the day. So that's the premise being this book is because of the superpowers that we can share, that we can bring together if we stick together as a family, as a community, and things of that nature. So yeah, so like I said, I'm happy behind this book, and I wanted to share it to the world, share it with the world um, on what I wanted to put down and want you guys to see through a 4-year old's eyes because we don't give these kids enough credit. These kids are very, very resilient. So please start talking to these children about things that you're going on, that's going on that is affecting the family. Because if not, these children are gonna start filling in the blanks themselves, and that's not something that we want.
Right, right. So, explain the initial conversation with CC um, this last go around because she was well,
So
how
this
old was she
last
at the
go
time?
around,
She
so at
was
the first she was 6 months, about 6 months the first time. Yep.
the first time she was and the second
Yep. So
time
she was
was
born in April. So the second time she was about I want to say like like two. Yep.
two. Yeah, she was two.
Yep. Yep. About two. Yep. So that conversation,
I mean, no
it was
2-year-old really
obviously you're not
understand
talking
it,
to
right? Yeah,
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 right. A 2-year old through uh the 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 conversation as if you were speaking with a 13-year-old, right?
right,
That probably has the comprehension skills a lot more, or whatever. But just explain to her that mommy has to go to the doctor to get her get her shots and stuff like that, and mommy has to go to the doctor to because she's sick, but we'll be back to get you, because every Monday, every 3 weeks on Monday we have to go so my wife can do her chemotherapy treatments and stuff like that. So we drive 2.5
right.
hours down to Memphis, Tennessee, in which that's where she's from, because we're stationed in Little Rock, Arkansas, and every 3 weeks we have to make this drive down, right? Um, go do her treatment for about it lasts about 3.5 hours, depending on what it may be, and then we get back in the car, we drive back to Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
and do the whole week, do the whole family thing, do the whole cooking, the whole school, the whole work thing. So it's been our thing for the last, like I said, the last 2 years. Yep.
So that's what y'all doing down there this week.
Yep, that's where we at. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we'll head over there to the hospital, and get her report because she just got a report. Just the other day, last week, she had what's called a PET scan. So
Mm-hmm.
they go through her whole body, make sure to see where this cancer may still be at. But she also gets what's called uh, after her treatment, she goes through, gets blood work and stuff like that, and they look at what's called her cancer antigen numbers. So anybody that has a cancer antigen number at like 32,
Mm-hmm.
that is going through, that is currently have cancer, that's considered normal. Right now her cancer just numbers that. So whatever she's doing, with the treatment and things that we do to change our lifestyle as far as eating and supplements and stuff like that, we've been researching,
Mm-hmm.
it's working. So we thank God for that. Obviously, we thank
Right.
God for
Right.
because it's working. So we're gonna continue on that trend, um, and beat this because we have no other choice. We don't have no. That's where I come from. That's where my brother comes from. We don't quit.
Right.
We not giving up. We don't care what any mortal has to say. This is all God's work right here, and we just following the orders at the end of the day.
Right on. So, what do you hope that this book does for people?
I hope this book at the end of the day, just simply, I hope this book just lets people know that you can fight. You just have to continue to fight. You have to continue to fight. But family and community is most important. Family, community, faith, and not in those three orders, right? But those are definitely important. Those important. That's the only way you guys be able to make it through this thing we call life, because it is tough. It's tough, but it can be rewarding and it can be beautiful, right? But this what this book is for, to let these families know that it's okay. You can be a superhero. You can have superpowers because we all have superpowers. We just have to dial into them. And yeah, that's it. Yep, that is it.
So, one of the last questions, because I know you guys have a big day tomorrow. What has this done to your mental health, to Crystal's mental health?
Oh man, mental. Oh,
You know
you
that was
talking about
coming.
the
You
book
know it was
or
coming.
this?
No, just the whole ordeal, like the second time around, doing reconstructive surgery the
Yeah.
first
Hey, bro.
time, and then the second time.
Yeah. So I know for her, I can speak. I'm gonna speak for her first, right? So for her, it's a blow. It is a blow because it's like one of the things. Her whole question was, look, man, I try to work out. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that, right? So it's a blow. You start questioning your faith. You start questioning what you believe in, right? um and you see other people around that's doing all the things that you say you didn't do, and it's living a healthy life, right? So
Right.
it definitely, like, put her in a dark place. And it's still days that she still goes through that or whatever, but they've gotten a lot better. For me, um once again, I keep reaching back to my past on how I grew up, because I feel like that allowed me to shoulder this load or whatever. And not to say that this shit isn't hard, because it's fucking tough. Excuse my language, but I gotta
Mm-hmm.
get raw with y'all,
That's right.
get raw with you guys right now. This shit is fucking tough, because this is I've never dealt with this with somebody that's laying next to me, right?
Right.
Um I spoke about my mom or whatever, who passed away, unfortunately, or whatever, from dealing with cancer, stuff like that. I feel like it just hits different when it's somebody that's like laying next to you,
Right.
and
Right.
it's not a comparison thing, but somebody so young, and I'm thinking about my daughter, whatever. This is her only child, like, what the fuck will I do if she's not here, And then after all that goes on and on, I'm like, man, let me put my shit on and let's go to work, Let's
Right.
go to
Right.
work. Let's
Right.
do everything I need to do. Let's go to work. Let's, goddamn it, do some research. Let's find supplements. Let's do this. Let's ask the questions. Let's do X, Y, Z, or whatever. So that's where I'm at mentally. I'm in such a better mental space because I see everything that God is doing, and I see that we're getting to where we're supposed to get to, whatever. There's this saying that I'm quite sure you guys have heard of, that God wouldn't put anything on you that you couldn't bear. So I feel like that's where we're at right now. It may seem heavy for me right now. It may seem heavy for her, but God knows his warriors or whatever, and I know that we're just that or whatever. So and that's what it is. We're rolling, we're rocking, and that's where we at right now, mental health wise, like that. So we moving, we fighting, you know.
Rocky Balboa. Hey man, if anybody's built to go through it, it's you two. You both are super resilient. Y'all would do the right thing to make sure that you're in the right headspace. Make sure that she's getting healthy and that she's fighting that good fight, and then also make sure that CC and that CC is taken care of. And you know, I think about you guys often, man, and you know, just going through the same shit 2 years ago with moms, and then now have my sister doing it. It's
Yep.
it puts it in front of your mind that you can't take this shit for granted, and that we are surrounded by people that are fighters. You know, and sometimes no matter how much of the right shit that you do, God's purpose will always, you know, be at the forefront. That's God's purpose always be for it. And like you said,
Amen.
it's time to
Amen.
give those toughest battles to the toughest soldiers because they know that they can handle it. So from us and everybody that's listening, the whole Drink Media family, we're thinking about y'all, praying for y'all. Great on this book, and for those who don't have it yet, I've had a bunch of friends that's ordered it. Like, you know, as soon as you hit me up and say you've done this, I put it there, and I've been so gracious to have a bunch of my friends go out and support you and order this book. And I got mine yesterday, and I've read it 2 times already, man. So I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of the book. I'm proud of CC. I never thought that your ass would be the one that would sit down and write a book. So how long did you have to? How do you have to put the weights down for you to sit down and try to write a book? Did that cut into your gym time?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah, man, it's a great read, man. And again, thanks to all my friends and all of our family that go out and get this book again. I'm gonna put a picture of the book on the screen again. Amazon, $13.99. That's the cost of maybe one drink at one of the bars that some people may go to. Go out, Amazon, get your book, get your copy today. CC Superpowers was written by my little brother Zerrick. It kind of gives you the story of my niece and her journey through watching her mom battle this sickness. So from the bottom of my heart, our family heart, we thank each and every one of y'all for y'all support. Bro, keep doing your thing. Let's keep promoting this thing. And when you get back to the crib and Crystal has enough strength, we had to have both of you on where our connection's not breaking up and people can get
absolutely.
the full story. So we'll shoot for that at the end of the year. Like I said,
absolutely. I know she's going to love it. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so I want to get her on and kind of get out of this while we keep this book
let her
going.
know already.
Well, when y'all get back to Little Rock, let's do it. Even if it's in the next couple of days, I'm here for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in.
You always. You've always.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It was good catching up and chatting with you. This pilot episode of the Sip Talk Podcast. Remember, relax, because it's just a sip from the bottom of my heart. I'm your boy MG with my special guest, my little brother, new author of the children's book, CC Superpowers, Mr. Zerrick Haymond. I had to put your whole name out there. And we'll catch y'all on this next episode as we keep the book.
Love y'all.
Going. I love you. All right, bro. Thank y'all from the Drinks and Things Media Company family. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.